Welcome to Emerald Downs Weekly. Joe Withy, Gary Doherty, and Phil Ziegler here. Thanks for joining us as we look back, look ahead, talk about what's happening at Emerald Downs and around thoroughbred racing. Fellas, coming off a big weekend at the track, this place was jammed, especially on Father's Day Sunday, which was also the finals of the Muckleshoot Gold Cup. Quite an event.
Indian relay racing at its best. We had 21 of the best teams in North America because there was even a really good team from Canada here. So it was an international flavor to this event and some great racing. We're going to see some of it. It's always exciting to see the Indian relay, and this was our best one ever.
Oh, I totally agree. We had some fantastic heats. The championship event wasn't super close, but, you got to give it to the winner, which we will. But 3 races Friday night, Saturday. We had our first 5 o'clock post time. We had a great crowd on Saturday for Twilight Racing. And then Sunday, Father's Day, Cap Day, and Indian Relay Muckleshoot Gold Cup Championship Day. Baja Sur was in action. We'll take a look there. But just a huge weekend. And the support staff for Indian Relay is just outstanding. I think it went off great this year. Gary?
It sure did. Amazing to see 13 races on Sunday. 10 thoroughbred races and 3 relay races. So a lot of fun. The Black Lodge Singers came over from Eastern Washington. They're a big hit. We had performances during the races. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And a word about Ryan Yellowjohn, the hoop dancer.
Yes.
That guy has quite the unique art that
it was
performs.
Great. All the entertainment was great, and it all culminated. $65,000 in total payouts, including $10,000 for winning the championship race on Sunday, which we're going to watch now.
And we're off and underway, ladies and gentlemen, coming in and trying to make a move. Here is Piconny Express. This is tightly packed as we're coming to the Mount Rainier turn. The races have started and we are underway. Omac Express is leading the way. Right behind him is Piconny Express making a move, challenging for that spot. Carlson is trying to make a move as well on the outside ring. Right behind him is Abrahamson Relay, also in there as well. Once again, as we come into the Buffalo Plains, this is where we're soon going to come into our first exchange. That's where the money is won or lost. You have to move as one unit. It's NASCAR speed right there. These horses is going as fast as they can. Omac Express is still nice leading there. Right behind him is River Road Relay. As we come around the Buffalo Plains, watch the exchange. Who's going to do it? Who's going to get in first? The quicker you are, the slicker you are. This is where you go from rags to riches. You have to make the exchange smoothly. Making the exchange is River Road Relay.
As Tyler Peasley makes a move, he's overtaken by River Road from the Upsalaga Nation. As they make their way, that's Darren Charges Strong. Round in the third turn, and now for the teepee turn as Darren Charging Strong is in the lead. There's Carlson, Grizzly Mountain, Piconny Express, Abrahamson, Omac, and Little Badger as they come into view. You look at Omac Express and Abrahamson in second, followed by the Piconny Express. That's Narcissus Rivas, the ultimate warrior, as he's staying strong, as he got 2 wins in this weekend. Here they come now as they gear down. It's Piconny Express. There's Abrahamson. There's Omac Express. There's Carlson. River Road Relay is off on their horse. They're running, followed by Little Badger.
All right, there we go. River Road Relay has a nice lead in front of everybody here. He is charging strong, making history. Right behind him, trying to challenge him for that first spot, we have Abrahamson Relay. Right behind Abrahamson, we have River Road Relay. Right behind him, we have Piconny Express trying to make a move. Carlson is right behind him as well, trying to challenge him for that spot. Omac Express is still in the game as we come around that Mount Rainier turn on the Buffalo Plains. Again, all the money is made or lost in that exchange. Who can do it nice and smoothly? You have to move as one unit on the team. Right behind him is River Road Relay coming in first, nice and commanding lead. Coming in at second is Abrahamson Relay, trying to challenge him. This is where the money is won or lost. You go from rags to riches in that exchange. Who can pull it off? Who can move as one unit? Both feet have to touch the ground and off to the next horse. Taking that exchange nice and smoothly is Little Badger.
It's River Road taking the lead. Little Badger is following. River Road is in the lead as they led from the start to finish. Trying to make a move now. There's Ultimate Warrior finally getting going. That's Kerry Carden's team. Grizzly Mountain is going as well. Coming into, this is River Road. Coming down the TP turn. Here comes Darren Charges Strong for the Muckleshoot Gold Cup here at Auburn, Washington. As down the stretch he comes. Darren Charges Strong and River Road from the Upsalaga Nation. TP capital of the world. Here he comes, followed by Scotty Abrahamson and Abrahamson Relay. Here comes the Ultimate Warrior, Narcissus Rivas. River Road appears to be your champion.
Oh, that's amazing.
Darren Charges Strong. Wow, that must have been feeling good for him coming down the stretch with that big lead, and an outstanding rider. Got the job done with his team. And I think, Phil, you mentioned earlier that that team was made up of 4 mares.
4 mares from Iowa, including a quarter horse. Horses that have been with them for a while and well-trained and obviously ready for this event. Great performance. Some of the other teams that did well, Grizzly Mountain won a couple of races, Omak Express, some Washington teams did very well. And the whole weekend was so exciting, those exchanges. You just hold your breath and watch them in amazement. But congratulations to the winners.
Yep. River Road Express. There's our pick of the week. Darren Charges Strong, the winning rider, and doing a little posing at the end. Why not? He had a huge lead. It was a great championship, and that was Mike Sanchez and Gail Skunkcap Jr., who did a lot of great media work and announcing. They were on mic for the races this week. And Phil.
Yeah, I don't know exactly who to give credit, Reed or Aaron Palmer, our track photographers. I don't know which one actually took that picture, but we had a lot of great scenes and sights of the weekend. We put them all together in a little video and show you a little taste of the action from Relay Weekend here at Emerald Downs.
Thanks for joining us on Emerald Downs Weekly.
Yeah.
And here's our second pick of the week.
What is that?
I know Food Truck Festival is this weekend here at Emerald Downs. Gary.
What's he saying there?
I love food trucks.
Oh, okay.
Is it a muffin or what am I?
I don't know, you're scarfing down a burger, I
Wow.
think. There.
It's a puffy shirt.
Both Saturday and Sunday, 5 p.m. racing on Saturday. The food trucks in the park. We'll have a DJ, Trent Vaughn, out there playing some music. Once again, we'll do it at 2 o'clock on Sunday. Come on out. 12 to 15 trucks will be here both days. Friday night, once again, 5 p.m. first post and 2 p.m. on Sunday. Lots of treats you can go for. Phil, what's your favorite truck out there? One of your favorites?
Boy, I hope the Rhonda comes with that Indian fry bread truck that was here for relay racing.
That was a big hit.
I love fry bread, yes.
Yes.
That's great.
Ezel's Chicken will be here.
You love food trucks, Gary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, by that photo. That was a very doctored photo. Joe, wasn't that very doctored?
Yeah, we're getting used to it, though.
For the record, that wasn't really Gary.
Yes, it's
Ezel's Chicken. Yeah, I like Ezel's. So remember, 5 p.m. post time
Just looks too realistic.
on Saturdays.
Yes.
Problem.
5 p.m. post time Saturdays. What are you eating there? Hamburger?
And thinking on Saturday after racing, we'll have a live band on the 5th floor. Actually, 3 bands playing some Pat Benatar, Bad Company, and Heart. So that'll be on the 5th floor. Free show. Starts at 8 o'clock, 8:30. Been very popular, so that should be fun Saturday night.
You just go with the flow. I like it.
Got to. Yeah.
Got to.
That's the tradition. Saturday after the races, live music on the 5th floor, and it's free to attend. Okay, let's head back a little bit to last week. Let's go to early on Friday night's card. Indian Relay started that night. We also had 7 thoroughbred races, and in the second, these are 2-year-olds. 2-year-old fillies. Jaded Tiger was a first-time starter by Smiling Tiger. We're going to hear more about Smiling Tiger later in the week, but that is a Blaine Wright trainee, an Oregon bred by Smiling Tiger out of Jadelet, who's produced a few winners, and Kevin Orozco proudly aboard into the winner's circle. So a 2-year-old race. We have more 2-year-old races this weekend. It's happening. That is great to see some of the youngsters out. Let's go on to the third race on Friday. And in race 3, this was a maiden race for fillies, and there were 2 first-time starters. Dazzling Debbie outduels JD at the bar, and this is a debut winner for Preston Boyd. And you know, Preston Boyd won on Indian Relay Weekend last year. He, of course, a Native American, and he was proud to show off in front of many of his maybe tribesmen as well. Preston doing a great job here at training at Emerald Downs. He always wins at a pretty good percentage.
Yeah, lives in eastern Washington, right? Yeah.
That horse got claimed by John Parker.
John Parker
snuck in for $15,000 and nabbed that first-time starter.
I took a picture of John Parker and Chad Christensen talking together, but it wasn't a good picture. I'm a little lacking on the lighting and all that. So, but those are 2 of our most active claimers and leading owners as well. All right, Friday's 5th race. Let's take a look at that as we come down the stretch at Emerald Downs, and a good-sized field here. Take a look at the horse who is second to last, moving wide there, under leading jockey Gary Wales, who had a great week, by the way. Trying to hold on up front. He's been there all the way as Stay in Power, the 4-horse. He's holding off the rest, but not Deputy's Command, who dropped way back to last. And Gary Wales timed it right for trainer Manny Ortiz. That was one of those deep closing victories. Deputy's Command, a veteran, 15th career victory. Yeah, Gary was proud of that. He had 8 wins last week, so he's even further ahead in the jockey standings now.
And now he's won a race 13 straight days. Ooh. And so far, Phil, we raced here, 24 days? He's won on 21 of them.
That's great. Yeah, Gary having a fantastic meeting, as lots of wins out there with the absence of Rocco Bowen so far. Rocco expected to be back riding at some point. Don't have a timetable on that. So let's go on to the feature race on Friday night under the lights at Emerald Downs.
Twirling Cinnamon out front, strides away 1.5 lengths, chased by Rocks the Fox. Along the outside, Roman Effort launching a late bid, 100 yards for home, and Twirling Cinnamon holding on. Roman Effort pressing late on the outside. Here comes Roman Effort. Those 2 to the line.
Now this is a true head bob. Twirling Cinnamon on the inside. Here comes Roman Effort from well off the pace. Frank Lucarelli. There's the bob right there, and Twirling Cinnamon was losing his lead, but didn't lose the bob. Franklin Ceballos for Mike Puig. So, of course, those are the Dr. Mark DiDomenico Silks. That horse was in the racing club last year. Now this year he's 2 for 2.
I know. The ex-club horses are doing really well.
Yeah. Mike Puig's done a good job with Twirling Cinnamon, a Kentucky bred by Twirling Candy. So that was our feature race.
Did you call that photo correct? Inside horse winning?
I think so.
You think so?
When I'm standing in that spot, you can tell.
A lot of times, boy, the outside horse wins those photos quite a bit, Joe.
Yeah, that bob was pretty severe, though, the up and down.
It's got to be severe for that horse inside to win, I think.
I will admit that I didn't really get it right until I saw the slow motion, but it was pretty evident then.
Yep.
Twirling Cinnamon won it, so that looks at Friday night. We had a nice crowd, and we've had a couple of subpar weather days in the past for the Muckleshoot Gold Cup on Friday nights. Not this year. Weather was great all weekend.
We moved it back a week, and that made seemingly all the difference in the world. And I think the highlight, again, to go back to the relay, was the big crowd that was here on Father's Day. Nearly 9,000 people were here on Sunday. And the excitement of watching those guys. And they, as you could tell, they ride bareback, and they're jumping off a horse and jumping on another horse, and they have to ride 4 horses total around. It's pretty amazing.
It is. It's
very athletic. I mean, for those guys to do that, it's really incredible. A lot of practice. Those teams spend a lot of time getting ready for this event. This is one of the biggest relay events in the country.
Okay, Muckleshoot Gold Cup was last weekend at Emerald Downs. We'll show a few more races from last week and much more to come here on Emerald Downs Weekly.
Phil, boy, that picture. You could have put me on it's one of the jockeys on a horse.
Oh, Gary. People thought it was really you. That's the sad part.
No. Why is the shirt all got stuff on it?
Yeah, that's some valuable sauce, man. Getting wasted. Emerald Downs Weekly here on NBC Sports Northwest. Friday nights at 11 Thursday nights at 11. Friday mornings at 9 a.m. right here on NBC Sports Northwest. Joe Withy, Gary Doherty, Phil Ziegler, our crew. And we're talking last week at Emerald Downs. If you missed us on the Muckleshoot Gold Cup, the show also goes on YouTube as well, and the championship heat on there. Let's get back to some thoroughbred action on Saturday. And again, it was our first post time of 5 p.m., and that is the post time the rest of the season on Saturday. Note that, 5 p.m. post. And the first race was like the first race on Friday in that Ryan Barber is the winning jockey and Alan Bozell the winning trainer. This time the horse was Tesla, who Ryan Barber put on the lead early, and he had to hold off. She Began Again, the favorite, and he did. That was Tesla, first to the wire. The Boz, Alan Bozell, had a good week. He was our trainer of the week from this past week with 3 wins. Ryan Barber had a nice week as well. I think he had 3 victories. So Tesla takes her first win of 2019. Let's go on to race number 4 on Saturday here at Emerald Downs. And this was the first of 3 straight 7-length winners. Gary, you know Emerald Downs history pretty well. That's a rare deal where 3 races in a row are won by 7 lengths.
Very unique, absolutely.
And Ridgefield Rocket, 7-1. Boy, he just parked.
Up the class ladder, right?
Under Ryan Barber.
Yep.
He was coming back in 8 days. So
8 days.
Nice job by trainer Patty Lydon. Excellent job. And Ryan Barber knew his horse. Boy, he put him on the lead, and General Mach 4, who'd run 3 really good races, just couldn't keep up. So nice win for Ridgefield Rocket there. Let's go on. By the way, the 5th race was won by He's Not Gray, also by 7 lengths. And that horse became the first horse to win 3 races at the meeting. John Parker's He's Not Gray is very sharp, 6 out of 7 overall. So John has a really good sprinter. So let's take it to the 6th race then on Saturday here at Emerald Downs. And here is one of those 7-length winners. And this time it's the filly Lasting Light, trained by Terry Gillihan. Javier Matias aboard. She was favored at 8-5, slightly favored over Money in the Stars, who was making her 2019 debut. Money in the Stars, our state champion 2-year-old filly by Abrage, but it was all Lasting Light, who has a pretty good little career going. 2 wins this year for her.
Isn't her dam out of the big sire was in Canada for a while, Rosberg? I think the dam.
Yeah,
maybe was
Lasting Rose by
Rosberg.
You bet. Yeah, that's Sonny Gorst is involved there as nice win from Ford trainer Terry Gillihan. Let's head to the feature race on Saturday now evening at Emerald Downs.
From the outside, Cody's Choice is on the go. Then comes the press in the final 200 yards. Trumpets at the inside. There goes Cody's Choice now to take the lead. Cody's Choice from the outside. Trumpets splits horses late. Trumpets at the inside finds a way through to win it.
Yeah, that was no 7-length victory there. That was quite a finish. A good field as well of $30,000 allowance optional claimers and Trumpets. He's won in good class now at ages 2, 3, and 4 here at Emerald Downs. Owned by the Marianskis and the Schneiders, trained by Blaine Wright. Jose Zanino aboard. That was a good race.
Yeah,
I liked it.
And
I didn't pick the right horse, but
Blaine Wright tends to win a lot of featured races, stakes races, and even days that we don't have stakes races.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, Trumpets over the press, who's going very well for Howard Belvoir. And Cody's Choice ran a really good race. He was pressured up front by Minor Heat. He held on the battle well for third, and fourth went to Mixo. So that was an exciting 7th of 8 races on Saturday here at Emerald Downs. Let's turn the page to Sunday at the track. And Sunday, let's get right into it. There is race number 3 on Sunday, and this is Arturo Arboleda trainee, Cat's Champ, coming through. And Phil, you remember well last year's Father's Day.
We had a special race for trainers over the age of 90. Arturo won that. He wins for the second consecutive Father's Day. Arturo's age now 95.
95-year-old Arturo Arboleda. He's robust. Darn it, that guy is a real model.
And there he is. I mean, you can see him. He does not miss a winner's circle. He got through the crowd, 9,000 people here. He got down there to celebrate. Congratulations to Arturo, 95-year-old, oldest trainer winning a race in North America, we believe, we think. We're pretty sure of that.
Boy.
Yeah.
Tough to beat that one. And Cat's Champ won for the first time this year after a couple of good seconds. So let's go on to the 4th race on Sunday here at Emerald Downs. Congratulations to Arturo. This was a 2-year-old maiden special weight race. Watch the finish here. Show Me the Mints, number 6, is on the lead, but that's the only filly in the field getting up. What a finish. And she was compromised a little bit at the start, dropped back. Her name is Compelling Smile, trained by Mike Puich. Gary Wales aboard, the first-time starter by Constitution, who was a good racehorse. Won the Florida Derby. I think this is his first crop. He's had a few winners, but Compelling Smile, very impressive in her debut. And often we do see fillies beating the boys here at Emerald Downs early in the 2-year-old season.
I think
happens a lot.
If you got one to run, you got a race. You got to find a race to go. They're open to 2-year-olds, and next up, probably the first stakes for 2-year-old fillies.
Yeah, very likely for Compelling Smile. Nice victory. Let's move forward to the 5th race on Sunday. Here we come down the stretch here. This is a starter allowance, and Zanab was, 5 for 7 at Emerald Downs, but this mare is having quite a year. Her name is I Know Your Face, trained by Mike Bubba Boleen, owned by Richard DeGraw. Franklin Sabalos aboard. Zanab had beaten her 2 weeks earlier, but no stopping I Know Your Face. And she has an excellent year going. She's 9 starts, 4 wins, and 4 seconds. Down in Phoenix earlier, Portland as well. But that is a daughter of Tricky Trevor. And, she's vying for most wins by a Washington bred this year. Okay, so let's take a look at our feature race of the week at Emerald Downs. It's the Coca-Cola Stakes for 3-year-olds.
And it's Baja Sir to take him inside the final 200 yards. Running with Scissors, chasing, and along the inside, Perfect Dude. But it's Baja Sir who remains undefeated and wins the Coca-Cola.
Baja Sir in 1:15 and 3, and this time around he has the silks of the Schneiders, Gail and Jerry Schneider, Riverbend Farm. He wore the Mariansky silks in the previous race, and he's 4 for 4, 2 for 2 this year. He's number 2 in Washington bred earnings now for 2019. Passed a little less talk. Always Enough, nominated to our Legislator Stakes this weekend. Uno Troublemakers, 4 for 4 down at Santa Anita. He's the leading Washington bred earner so far this year. Baja Sir, any comments, fellas?
Blaine right now, 4 for 12 in stakes races. Rest of the field, all the rest of the trainers are 2 for 34.
Okay, well, that's a stat right there. Is that Gary's stat of the week?
Nope.
Maybe. We'll see. Yes, all right, we'll be right back here on Emerald Downs Weekly. I am eager. I'm leaning forward here on Emerald Downs Weekly. Joe Withy, Gary Doherty, and Phil Ziegler. And
Food Truck Fest this weekend.
Yeah.
Joe?
Saturday and Sunday.
Yep.
First race Saturday.
Come on out. Fill the belly.
PM.
You just want to see that picture again is
Nope.
what you want. You're just
Not
asking
true.
for it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Food truck Saturday, Twilight Racing, and Sunday afternoon. The Legislator Stakes are featured this Sunday. So
Presented by Alaskan Brewing Company and Trident Seafood.
Very
Yeah.
good. Sad note to report the passing of Ben Russell, former leading rider at Emerald Downs, and the strong, silent type of guy. Speaking with Clark Jones and Galen Mitchell, saw them last weekend. Clark, of course, works here, but they both rode with Ben. They said he was just a really fine person in the jocks room. Never gave anybody any trouble. He's a strong guy, a big-chested and very successful rider. 9th on our list, 8th entering the season. Javier Matias passed him in total wins, but there's his career right there. And how about that? Sovereign Award, Outstanding Apprentice in Canada in 1999. That's when
he was
nice,
riding at Hastings.
Yeah, he rode at Hastings, and native of Northern California. Ben was battling some illness there the last year or so, and yeah, he's in the top 10 at Emerald Downs still. Hasn't ridden here in several years. Retired, I think, a little over 10 years ago. Wife Rebecca, daughter Sage. And yeah, just nothing but fine words about Ben Russell. And he had some big wins at this track.
18 stakes, Joe.
He rode the Barbara Shinpo Stakes 4 times.
Yeah.
He won it all 4 times he rode it. That's a little bit of an oddity. But he also rode a really nice horse for Quad Run Stables and trainer Tim McCanna. And Poker Brad was an outstanding runner. He beat a strong field in the 2003 Mount Rainier. He won the Mount Rainier 2 years in a row. Next year he beat Flamethrowing Texan in the Mount Rainier. But there's Poker Brad on to victory. Second in our Derby, second in our mile, this horse.
6-1 that day.
Yeah, the Quad Run Silks there. And Ben Russell aboard. We'll miss Ben so much. Really fine guy.
He got here in 2001, Joe, and nobody really heard of him here in the Seattle area. And he ended up winning 140 races and leading rider that year, his first year at Emerald Downs in 2001.
He had, in 2 seasons of 100 wins. So
yeah.
Sorry to report the passing of a fine individual, Ben Russell. We'll go on and take a look at our featured race this weekend. It's the Washington State Legislator Stakes, and the fillies and mares get back in action. We had a really fine field for the Hastings a few weeks ago, and I'm a Happy Cat popped out of the gate. You can watch that May 27th race at emeralddowns.com if you wish, but she had a 3-length lead, quicker than I think I've ever seen any horse here have, and she had to hold off, of course, 2 Blaine Wright runners and Patty Secret coming up on the inside. The top 7 finishers from that race, the Hastings, are nominated to this Sunday's Legislator Stakes, going half a furlong farther, 6 furlongs to 6.5. So should be another good one.
Phil, you think Blaine will be favored again in this one?
He dominates the stakes program here to the degree that even if his horse doesn't merit to be favored, he's probably going to be favored anyway, just because the public's going to back his horse every time.
Yeah.
He runs first, and sometimes if he has the second horse in the race, he'll run second or third as well. So he's dominating so far.
Then we did, of course, mention that he was the trainer of Baja Sur, the undefeated horse who took our Coca-Cola last week. So congratulations to Blaine Wright. He's off to a great start this year. He's our leading stakes trainer the past 2 seasons, and you've heard the talk. He is doing well in 2019, to say the least. So I think we're going to take a short time out here and come back with much more on Emerald Downs Weekly. Thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Emerald Downs Weekly. We're on every week. Joe Withy, Gary Doherty, and Phil Ziegler. And Gary, you found some hidden video there that I think our fans will enjoy.
Yes, we have some of the TVG reporters are out in Kentucky, and they got a photo shoot of Zenyatta in her field. And Joe, watch her with her left front. Remember back in the day when she raced?
Oh, yeah.
There she goes, her right front, actually. Here she is. She's 15 years old.
Wow.
She was 19 for 20 on the racetrack. Lost her last start at Churchill in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Had won the Classic the prior year at Santa Anita, and also had won the Distaff. 19 for 20. She was fun to watch. She come from way, way back. Mike Smith riding. What a great mare.
Oh, it just unspeakable.
One of the best in our time.
Oh, my gosh. The way she won. You just don't have horses that get back to last have winning streaks like that. It just is too tough. And how many times did we watch her race in California before Breeders' Cups? It's not going to happen today, is it? Nah, it's not. And it did. It happened. She got up.
Watching Winks over the last year kind of brought back some memories.
Yeah.
Comparisons to Zenyatta.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Special.
That's why Gary he wanted Winks' name to get in, but
Big
and it
Winks
did.
fan,
Winks
yes.
was pretty awesome. Hey, stat versus stat. Let's do it. Let's take a look at a horse in Emerald Downs history that did pretty fair. This is the career debut of Stop Shopping Debbie. Jerry Paxton owned mare, and she was one of the greats in track history. In fact, she never lost. She's kind of like Zenyatta for a long time. There she is. That's her career debut here at Emerald Downs back in, 2012.
Yeah.
2-year-old filly. She won her first 9 starts. There's a board of the best career starts at Emerald Downs. Now, they all might have run somewhere else, but when they came here, Cup and a Half, Willie the Cat won his first 6. Barkley won his first 6, didn't lose until the Muckleshoot Derby of his 3-year-old year. Lady Ledoux rattled off the stakes wins. In fact, she never ran in a maiden race. And Baja Sur joins the list. His first 4 wins to start his career at Emerald Downs, but Stop Shopping Debbie's on top. She never lost here. Her only loss at Santa Anita later in her 4-year-old season. She finished 9 for 10.
Good stat.
Not too bad. What do you got?
Well, thinking of Benny Russell, compiled the jockeys who had the most dominant seasons here at Emerald Downs, and Benny cracked the top 5 in 2001. His margin was 44 of the next competitor. The all-time best with Van Belvoir in our inaugural season of 1996. Van won by 72.
That's a big margin.
Yes. And this year, Gary Wales has, I think, got a lead of 12. But, Phil, any of those names ring a bell? Well, probably one of them on there does.
Well, I was going to say that you have a stat for 1996, which is very appropriate for today when the show is airing.
That's why I was showing this one,
right.
Phil.
Yes. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, well, yeah.
You win, Gary, for the wrong reason.
Oh,
right.
I'll take that victory.
That's right. You inadvertently.
Okay. All right.
Good job.
Because today, as the show airs on Thursday night anyway, is the exact 23rd anniversary of the day Emerald Downs opened.
Yeah. June 20th, 1996. What a glorious day. Weather was fantastic, high 70s, and we had our first race about 2:30 on a Thursday afternoon, June 20th. And let us take a look and listen.
I picked the winner.
In second placing, battling away as Fancy Stockings, running up on the outside, Everlasting, and behind them, Miss Jill Z can't go on, but it's all Strawberry Morn. And the US Bank Stakes with the final furlong to go at the mercy of Strawberry Morn, and she is putting on a dashing display, has this about 8, 9, 10 lengths in front. A huge win, and the Emerald Downs opener, the US Bank Stakes to Strawberry Morn by 10 lengths.
Strawberry Morn by 10 lengths, and Phil was new in his Emerald Downs presidency, and we had a nice find by Cy Labar of our TV department the very morning of June 20th, 2016.
Yeah, because we were doing our 20th anniversary and looking for information on Strawberry Morn, and there was only one very short video of that first race. The video everybody had thought had been lost forever. And Cy was looking through one of those tapes, and back then VCR tapes, and it was a bunch of races from another track, and then all of a sudden there it was, the first race from Emerald Downs showed up, and we had to have Robert Geller recreate the race call so we can put the pieces back together. So now we have a lasting history of the very first race run at Emerald Downs, which was a stakes race. And as of a couple of years ago, Strawberry Morn was overseas, living in England or somewhere.
That's right.
Enjoying a great life. Yeah.
That's a program.
And
First
that's
race.
the original program right there from
Looks
that
good.
day.
And that
plus
was
$1.50.
That was the third time Robert Geller called that race. I've told you this story.
Third time.
He called the race live to the crowd.
Yep.
And then at the end of the night for our Prime Sports replay show, when we got to the video there was no audio on any of the races. So Robert called all 11 races over again.
What a trooper.
And when it went out, there was no audio on it again.
There's a picture of him in the program for day one. He was young.
Yeah. So
came from Australia,
Robert
right?
has called that race 3 times now.
Yes. And Strawberry Morn keeps winning every time.
More pictures from June 20th, 1996. There's the ribbon cutting ceremony. Ron Crockett and Mayor Booth from Auburn involved, and
wow,
pretty darn big crowd at Emerald Downs on that day.
Was it 19,000?
That's what,
Still the biggest crowd ever in the history of the track, right then and there.
It was packed from south to north.
Parker's picks right there.
Yeah. And there's Ron with a lot of media in the winner's circle, getting ready to get things going.
And our track is now located on Ron Crockett Drive.
That's right.
Changed the name a couple of years ago from Emerald Downs
Well,
Drive to Ron Crockett
and
Drive.
what day was that changed on?
On the 20th anniversary.
2016. Yes. So Emerald Downs' birthday on Thursday, June 20th, 2019, 23 years later, and the place still looks great.
And you guys were here.
Yeah, we were here.
You were working.
Gary was
you were
working
doing something.
I drove Ann Wilson to the winner's circle, and then only about 9 of us heard the national anthem because
not too many.
The audio wasn't working too well.
Press room, none of the phones were working. But they
got that
figured
fixed.
out. But hey, the buffet line was going strong that first day.
Figures. That's what you remember.
We'll take a time out now on that note on Emerald Downs Weekly, and Gary's going to call for a hot dog here.
What did you eat that day, Gary?
You know what? Salad, and I think I had chicken that first day.
You did not have salad. There's no chance you had salad.
Good roasted potatoes, too.
No chance.
Who was that behind? Joe LaDuca was first in line.
Have you ever had a salad?
Mm-hmm.
Emerald Downs Weekly, thanks for watching, and we're going to have a couple selections in this segment, but let's recap what's happening at the track upcoming. Gary, racing starts at 6:30 Friday night.
Yes, another Fab Friday with a new band, first time out, a reggae band called Stay Grounded, out performing by the winner's circle between their races. Also the elusive $1,000 horseshoe toss. See if somebody can throw a ringer for $1,000. Closest to the pin gets $100. So always somebody's very happy with that. Also this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the Food Truck Fest, both days. Come on out, about 12 to 15 trucks both days in the park. DJ Trent Vaughn out spinning the tunes on the park stage. Should be nice weather both days.
Food trucks, yeah, lots of options. Lots of great food options at Emerald Downs this weekend. Again, first race Saturday now at 5 p.m., Sunday at 2.
And you'll get a vote for your favorite food truck. And
okay.
We'll bring down the winners down to the winner's circle, honor them. And
Two trophies, right?
Yeah, the staff will vote too, Phil. You'll be in part of that.
I know. We enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any food left by the time it gets to the conference room.
Well, we'll make sure we'll get it down there.
A little bit, okay.
That's good.
This video gets you hungry.
Yes.
Nice little video. Then after the Food Truck Fest Saturday night, you can come upstairs around 8:30 and enjoy some old school rock and roll of Pat Benatar, Bad Company, and Heart. They've been here before. I was there last time. Very good. So makes for a fun Saturday night.
We should specify a tribute to.
Yes.
Those folks will not be here. But
yeah, a tribute. That's very close to them.
And of course, we've got the $3.95. Is it $3.99? I should know that.
$3.95.
$3.95 steak and eggs. New York steak, 2 eggs, hash browns. What a great deal from 10 p.m. until 12:30 a.m. Thursday through Sunday. Steak and eggs up in the casino area, which is also open Thursday through Sunday as well. So lots of stuff going on at Emerald Downs. Let's talk about some of the racing, thoroughbred racing. Gary, you got a pick for Friday or Saturday?
Yeah, I'm going to go race 2 Friday. Howard Belvoir horse, My Chief. Howard's been kind of getting hot here of late.
He
horse
has, yeah.
Had a big run last time, so I'm looking for some more improvement from My Chief. And we always list the top 5 trainers on our trainer board out by the paddock, and I keep telling Vicky Potter, Howard's getting real close. Just a few more wins, and we might get him on the trainer board.
He is. He's really stepped it up. He had a little bit of a slow start this year, but My Chief comes off a strong second to Old Timer's Vision. He has to go back against him, but My Chief can finish, likes the distance. Okay, there's your pick there in the second. I'm going to stay on Friday as well. The 4th race is a 2-year-old race, and several of the horses have run, including Gypsy Chick. I'm going to take 8-1 Gypsy Chick in the 4th, and Gypsy Chick's going 5 furlongs this time. She broke a little slowly in her debut. She definitely raced greenly down the backstretch, and I think she can improve enough here. She loses Gary Wales to another horse, but a second-time starter as well. Gypsy Chick for me, Vince Gibson trainee. Phil?
Yes, I'm going to go race 4 on Saturday, and I'm going to take Tom Wenzel, Train, Frolic, and Detour. 5th lifetime start, actually 6th lifetime start. Horses like this been trying, usually get over the hump at some point. And,
how far is he going? Because he can really finish fast, that horse.
Yes, closer 6.5,
okay.
So maybe a little extra distance will help. We'll see.
Yeah, he's got a big finish. Okay, well, I hope we brought you some information, maybe a smile or two, some info. Let's stick with that. And we're going to end today's show with Longacres Mile Road to the Event video. Enjoy that. We'll see you at the track. Since its beginning in 1935, the 1-mile track record at Longacres often fell or was tied on Mile Day. Quality Quest sped 134 2/5 in 1955, and that time lasted 17 years. Always Gallant and Simply Majestic jointly held the final Longacres mark at 133 4/5. At Emerald Downs, 1996 winner Is It In Good had the 1-mile track record after the inaugural season, and it's been lowered in the mile 4 times since. 2016 champion Point Piper holds the current standard at 132.90. From age 2 in 1998, the Jim Penny-trained Ednator had incredible wins and puzzling losses. Ex-jockey Bryson Cooper rode him 8 times and saw him coming together as a 4-year-old.
Physically, he looked like the real deal in that, but mentally, he took him a while to learn things and everything. And so as a 2-year-old, I think his ability as a 2-year-old overcame his mentality. And it just took him a couple of years to develop mentally.
The Penny Cooper camp was always confident, and it was just about unanimous that Ednator should go in the 2,000 mile, despite being without a stakes win in his career. The field had 3 shippers from California, and among the locals, the track's best sprinter, Handy and Bold. That figured to make things difficult for the front-running Ednator, who went postward at 41-1.
When the gates opened, like you were saying, Handy and Bold was in there, a speed horse, and we topped him, and we set fractions that were unbelievable for the mile, 22-1 and something, and just couldn't believe the pace he was setting.
A furlong to run. Can Ednator hold on as stopping? 2 in front. Big 10 is second. Then Handy and Bold and Crafty Boy. But Ednator by a length and a half is going on to win the Longacres Mile. Ednator first.
Ednator tied the track record of 133 1/5 set by Wild Wonder in 1998. It remains the fastest mile ever run in the state by a Washington-bred horse. Using tremendous deep closing tactics, Washington-bred STRYKER PhD is the only horse in Emerald Downs history to win back-to-back miles, 2014 and 15. He won 8 consecutive Emerald Downs Stakes races, beginning with trainer Margot Lloyd in 2013 and moving to trainers Larry and Sharon Ross and jockey Leslie Maui.
And most of the time he knew when to say go. You know, Leslie was a real good jockey with him. He knew him, you know, those 2 years. It was, you know, 8 stakes in a row, and it was fun. I mean, he won everything in sight. He had a great time.
STRYKER was the mile favorite in 2014. He tracked fast early fractions, and after going last to first in the 12-horse field, his final time was a fast 1:33 and 3.
STRYKER PhD grabs the lead in the Long Acres Mile, and Supreme takes command. Up the inside, Twist Grips is flying late. STRYKER PhD's won the mile from Boyette and Twist Grips.
He was on his game and doing so well that by the half-mile pole you knew he was going to win. And he has a kick that I've never seen any other horse have. So once he gets rolling, who knows how fast he could have gone.